Welcome back, everybody, to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank y'all so much for stopping by again. It's beautiful Saturday morning in the Philippines. Paying for everything, every day, all the time, in a relationship. Is it financially sustainable? I want to talk just a little bit about that today. You know, I went on YouTube and I looked at the last 100 videos that vloggers do over here, men or women, on relationships. And not one of them mentions the fact that you have to pay for everything, every day, all the time. We conveniently skip over that part. It's as if you're supposed to know that already. And not only that, but you're supposed to be okay with that. But I don't think men really understand what that means, to pay for everything every day, all the time in a relationship, because we're not used to that. We've never experienced that before. There's some traditional men here probably who could probably help me, who's, had a stay-home wife, because this is where I get the pushback. Some guys, they're going to say, well, I don't mind spending my money making the woman that I love happy. And some guys say, well, I got it. Why even bother asking her for anything? That's petty. Well, my video is just to let you know that that's one of the consequences of dating over here in the Philippines. I don't want you to be blindsided. See, those videos are blindsiding you by not telling you that. That's one of the first things they should tell you. But they don't. You'll see videos like that she wants you for your money and all that. Well, even if she loves you and she's really into you, the fact that you have to pay for everything every day, all the time, it's going to put a lot of pressure on you. And a lot of us are older. It puts a strain on your retirement. You're supposed to be kicked back, relaxing, enjoying your fourth quarter, not worrying about money. You must understand something. I'm not just on here making up stuff. People contact me all the time. They run out of money. These are good guys. They're not stupid. They were successful over there. But they underestimated what it means to pay for everything day after day after day after day. We overlook that because we see this beautiful, attractive young woman. And since some of these women are a whole lot younger than us, it's almost like we become their fathers. We're fathering them. And it makes the Philippines much more expensive than what it really is. You really have to have a budget over here. Certainly for a woman. And then you have to manage your money better. You never thought you'd have to do that over here. There's nothing wrong with taking care of your woman, but hell, you're 8,000 miles from home. A lot of guys run out of money. This is the number one reason they go broke. It's not drugs, man. It's not gambling. It's not any of that stuff. It's just having a nice looking young woman beside them. And they have to pay for everything, every day, all the time. Is there a way I can get around that, Cal? You might be asking. Yeah. Don't date at all. Or bring your woman back home to your country so she can find gainful employment. That's what I did. That's exactly what I did. My wife got a good job. Okay? Because people always tell me, they say, well, women are the same all around the world. Well, if that's the case, then you're going to have the ups and downs that go on in any relationship. And then you got to put on the top of that you're paying for everything. Imagine you come home, she's got tempo. Okay? That would piss me off. That's one of the reasons I don't deal with tempo. Look, lady, I'm going to tell you something. I'm rewarding you for your compliance. Okay, for your continued compliance and cooperation. That's really what it amounts to. I mean, if you want to get mad and everything like that, you got to do it somewhere else. You can't do it with me. And maybe she gets mad. Maybe she says, I don't want to do everything for him every day, all the time. I don't want that unspoken agreement. So we just want to have the discussion. I want men to know that's a consequence to dating over here that people will never talk about. They're leading you to slaughter. They're walking you straight into the trap. We take for granted you're supposed to know it. And you're supposed to be okay with it. That's why when people talk about it, it's like, oh man, it's the old news. No, it's not. A lot of new people on my channel, the new man and woman, you know, and they see everybody over here, even the vloggers, they don't tell you they're paying for everything, every day, all the time. The one thing they'll say is, oh, she really loves me. Okay, what's that got to do with anything? It's not going to put more money in your bank account. It's really, really tough, man, when you're doing it. I'm telling you from experience. I want you to know. Remember I made the video, it's too late for me, but it's not too late for you. My vlogs is to help the new man and woman over here. I wouldn't be helping you if I left that out like we conveniently do. We're in retirement, man. This is the fourth quarter. So when you talk about budgets and how much money do I need over here in the Philippines, probably double what you think you're going to need, simply because of that. Every day, just think about that. Every day. Everything. All the time. So thank y'all so much for stopping by. It's crazy, man. I looked at, and you can do it yourself. Go on YouTube and just look at the last 100 videos that a man or woman has made about dating over here in the Philippines. And not one of them is going to bring that up. Not one. They're going to tell you where to meet her, how to meet her, who. Should you date a younger woman? Should you date an older one? The advantages of dating an older woman, the disadvantages of a younger woman. They're going to tell you all of that. But they conveniently skip over the part where you got to pay for everything. Every day, all the time, man. I don't think that's something we should take for granted. I think men should know up front so that they can make that conscious decision. Do I want to do that? And then, can I handle it? Do I have enough money? Because it puts a strain on you. All the other stuff you got to deal with. Man, you almost have to be perfect over here. Especially when it comes to your money. You have to almost be perfect. So if you're in America, if you're in the Philippines, wherever you are, finding your heart to help somebody. Not a day goes by I don't help somebody. I spent the wheel last night. Sorry. And the woman has contacted me, so I'm hopefully she's here in St. Carlos City. If not, I'll go to M Lawyer. That's one of the remittance places I use, and I'll send them the money. Or Gcash if they got it. Maryland's got a Gcash. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay out of trouble. I'll see you next time. And don't do anything stupid. Make sure you have enough money to sustain you and that woman. Okay? Everything's more expensive now simply because you got somebody with you. Remember, I tell you, I compared it to having a 100-pound backpack, carrying a 100-pound backpack around all day long, every day, all the time. It's going to weigh you down. This isn't a time to be weighed down. If you don't have the money, you may have to rethink living over here, having a living partner, getting married over here. Or simply bring her back home where she can get gainful employment and she can do her take care of her responsibilities, take care of her side of things. Yeah, that one more thing. It's much more expensive even if they have children, which a lot of men over here, we date women with children. But we never considered that. We're so lonely. We're so desperate, man. We're so in a hurry. So I talk about stuff like this to kind of slow you down, to put a stop sign up and say, hey, man, stop, fool. Have you considered everything okay, the consequences of dating over here? Because they're not going to tell you. They're going to make this heavenly experience out of it, and they're not going to tell you that you probably don't have enough money. The Philippines is one of the most expensive countries to live in Southeast Asia, simply because you got to pay for everything. Every day, all the time. You say, well, I'm going to do that by myself. Yeah, but it'll be less.